And they all lived happily ever after.
Hey, somebody call the ambulance. This nigga in your den.
This ain't no fairy tale. This the real world. And in the real world, all us got the power to rewrite our own destinies. Handsome princes can become fire-breathing dragons. Trusty sidekicks can become angels of death. And even damsels can
Yo, what's the word? It's Davion Seen It. I'm back with another video. If you're new, hit that like, smash that subscribe button. And I want to issue a quick apology. I said I was going to be dropping videos throughout the week, last week. However, I had a lot going on. I'm starting my new job this week. And I just had to get the process going. But anyway, enough with the apology. Let's get right into this recap. We're going to be doing a quick recap / review of P-Valley Season 2, Episode 5. Hit that like, smash that subscribe button. Now, like, I had a feeling with this episode that we was going to get a filler episode like they try to do with these TV shows nowadays. But it didn't really turn out to be that way. It actually altered the storyline for the future episodes. But we got a little bit of a background from Keyshawn, and I will say this episode was pretty solid. It was, I mean, as far as storytelling wise, it was pretty solid. Now you had your boy Uncle Clifford as the narrator. I thought that was pretty hilarious. He's really energetic, and we got to see how Keyshawn and her boyfriend, her current boyfriend Derek, hooked up. We get a backstory from him. We see how he became abusive because his father was abusive. And it's masked as discipline. I mean, that's what you have to do. You have to whoop the kid. That's how my daddy did it. That's how I'm going to do it to my kids. Now, you got your boy, Sneaky Stevie J. Now, last episode, I caught feelings about Stevie J. I'm sorry, Rome. And, you know, I had this feeling that he had some kind of agenda brewing up for Keyshawn, just the way he was talking to her, getting all up in her personal space, talking all flirty. Well, we see in his true colors this episode. I mean, he talking all crazy to her, talking about you going.
I did before. Let me see.
I don't think that go with my skin.
See? That sissy chocolate go with everything. Look at her. Tonight is your night. And you're not alone. Remember that. But tomorrow, we start another 2 weeks of that dirty dozen talk.
Wait, what? There's just supposed to be one more week left. I can't do no another week.
Calm down now. I already done cleared everything with your little Justin Bieber. He's straight.
That wasn't the deal.
Don't you worry about no deal.
Rome, I gotta get home.
No. What you gonna do is get this motherfucking money. So you ain't never gotta go home again. I'm gonna get you out. Trust.
Folks couldn't help but be caught up in the universe of her. The saving of her.
Go on, get ready. You got a big night tonight.
Make this money. And like, he's really trying to control Shorty. And we get more backstory on her upbringing. So we know that she has a stepmother and stepsisters. Now, of course, her stepsister, what is her name? Patricia? I think that's her name. Patricia, no. Trisha, whatever her name is. I'll get back to it. But she's light-skinned shorty with the wide hips. She gets a lot of attention from the boys. Everyone wants to hit that. And, you know, Keyshawn is the least favorite out of the three because the stepmother treats her biological children, who so happen to be light-skinned, better than Keyshawn. I mean, just look at the way she talks down on Keyshawn. Talks all this trash, talks about her mother not being able to keep a man, how she was able to take Keyshawn's daddy. Like, it's crazy. And, you know, Keyshawn wasn't having it at all. She threw down, stood up for herself, had to get up out of there. And so we get some more chemistry brewing up between Derek and Keyshawn. And she realizes that, you know, Derek may not be so bad after all, being that he just beat the crap out of those two black boys at the football field for talking crazy. And I don't blame him. Usually when there's a white guy beating a black guy's ass in the movie. I kind of feel some kind of way. I mean, that's just the ancestors in me. But in this case, I give that a pass because that was well deserved. Now we get to the ball, the dance, the school dance, and of course, her stepsister gets the most attention. Everyone wants to get with her. She already has a date. Now Keyshawn, she's standing in the corner watching all this go down, and just pay attention to her sister's face, her stepsister's face, and how nervous and how she is whenever she's around Keyshawn's biological father. Something is going down in that house.
Oh, that must be the chauffeur. I'll get it, okay.
But pretty bring pretty problems. Alicia knew something about that.
Something was definitely going down. Don't be surprised if we get to that point where we find out Keyshawn's father was actually R. Kelly and that girl. You know what I'm saying? You just pay attention. It's just certain details. I have a feeling that we will get back to that storyline. I mean, I don't feel like this is over. I think we may have like an update on the family, but whatever. Derek pops through, gives Keyshawn her dress. She all happy. They dancing, having a good time. Derek comes from a real privileged background. I mean, his father and mother, they're very well established financially, career-wise, and all of that was to be able to be passed on to Derek. And we see that from Derek. So he's not just this roughneck. He didn't come up rough. I mean, maybe the relationship with his father was rough, but he had it pretty made. So they go off to the ball. They have a good time. They leave, and then it starts snowing for the very rare time in Mississippi. Now, Mississippi's down south. It doesn't really snow down south like that. So they just having fun. And then they finally get it on in the car, and he was... And that's how that comes. That's how that goes. Fast forward, we get Keyshawn and Derek, and then this is when we start to see the very first time she gets abused. Now, being that she's been going through a lot of things in her life, I like how we get to see a portion of that, but we kind of jump forward to see how she's doing now. And it's basically like we have two main storylines within this episode. We get the storyline with her and her upbringing and how she became a stripper. And then we have this current storyline with her being successful or reaching towards success, but now she's going through some things with Rome because he's controlling him. We're going to talk about Rome in a minute. We're going to talk about your boy Wody in a minute. Shout out to him. So overall, I thought this episode, you know, it was one of the best written episodes of the season. I'm not saying that this season was whack or anything. I do notice a change in the direction of this season. It's a bit more supernatural. It covers a lot of superstitious topics and stuff like that. And, you know, I'm here for it. I mean, if you know me, I'm really into creative writing. I like when they kind of twist it up a little bit for the right shows, of course. And this show, it's definitely not a typical stripper show with just a whole bunch of chicks shaking their ass everywhere. It's not necessarily about that. There are some complexities within the storyline. Now, sometimes it can be typical, but, you know, that's what Starz does. They take typical storylines and they make it with more quality. Now, what I want to talk about is the relationship between between Big Teak and Lil Murda. Now, Lil Murda, they've been bickering. You know, they're bickering just like a couple. It shows. It says it out loud. Keyshawn picks up on it. Wody definitely picks up on it, but Wody is definitely a good friend, you know. Definitely a good friend. You can tell that he rides for his people, and that's definitely Lil Murda. And it's some tension brewing now. I wouldn't be surprised if this creates a whole love triangle between Lil Murda, Big Teak, and Uncle Clifford. That's going to be some shit. Now, I want to fast forward to the hotel scene where, again, with Big Teak and Rome get into it with each other. And, you know, Rome is just saying some real triggering things, talking about sexuality, jail stuff. And you can tell that Lil Murda and especially Big Teak are definitely being triggered because they're down low. You know, they some ankle holders on the low. And you can just see how Lil Murda looks at Rome once he mentions one smart comment. And, you know, Rome, like, now, this is who I want to talk about the most. This Stevie J, this fake-ass Stevie J looking nigga right here, bro, really tried to pull a fast one on Keyshawn. I'm talking about he got on some Play Club type shit. Now, at first, I really thought that scene was really gonna be pulled off successfully, and I needed that to fail. Now, thank God it didn't go down like that. She was able to escape and free herself. And then after that, we got like kind of like this little it's like a metaphor where her world is shaking a little bit because the walls are shaking. They have like this song playing. Oh, also one thing I want to talk about is Jocelyn. Now, I don't know if it was really necessary to have Jocelyn on the show. I do know that this kind of caliber of work, being that it's fictionalized, she would be on this show.
Come here. Let me tell you something. To them, you're gonna always be a hoe. They ain't gonna never let you forget that. But that's cool. Cause like her sister Cardi B said, a hoe ain't never cold.
What, you want me to come by your suite and dance for you?
Nah, a bad bitch just needs to talk to another bad bitch.
Is there any?
But let's limit the celebrities on the show, please. I'm not gonna say she was bad. I'm not gonna say she was a bad addition, but it just felt really typical to me. But that's my opinion. Now, anyway, now Rome. I don't understand what Rome was trying to do. I figured that he had an agenda for Keyshawn because he wants to control everything. Notice that everything is about money with him. I did this for you. I paid for this. I used this and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. He was going to become a problem. He was going to become a real big problem. Now, Rome extended the tour for 2 more weeks, but she told Derek that it was for the week. So, you know, she going to be in trouble with Derek. So it was just a crazy episode. Now she goes back home and Derek goes crazy. And like, notice that in this episode covered a lot of traumatic topics. Child rape, abuse, toxicity, colorism. I mean, as a black woman, and I'm not a man trying to mansplain anything or trying to put my nose in the woman's business. But as a black woman, if they were triggered, if you are triggered, I definitely get it, because it was a lot to unpack on this episode. And hopefully in the future that Keyshawn just gets a really healthy, happy ending, because what she's going through right now, even as she's reaching towards success, she's still going through stuff because Derek has the children and everything, and he didn't get the job. And so I told you in one of my videos that he was going to end up flipping on her. So now let's talk about that ending. Now, your boy Rome is a big snake. That's what he is. He recorded Lil Murda and Big T getting their freak on, and he was going to release it, have them all exposed. But your boy Woody wasn't having none of that. He wasn't having none of that. He pulled a fast one on him. Now, I like how Rome was hip and he suspected something was suspicious once Wody put them drugs out and tried to have him sniff one of the lines, which was fentanyl, but he kind of played it off. So he said, nah, why don't you try to do it? He kind of played it off. And then as he sniffed the right line. And like as he's dying, blacking out, your boy Wody just basically fessed him up. He know about the attempted rape. He know what you was trying to do. Yo, listen, it's over. That was some of the most gangster shit I've seen on TV because they've been playing that game the whole. Now, I'm going to talk about this actually. I'm actually going to talk about this. This just popped into my head. So expect my new video about the Game of Death. The Game of Death, when do a little wink. I'm going to figure out that name. But we're going to talk about that on a separate video this week. But anyway, this episode, well written. I enjoyed it. I would say this is my first favorite episode based on the storytelling. Yeah, it's definitely going to set the tone for the rest of the season. I expect yeah, I expect some things to pop off. Even though this was a filler episode, it's going to set some things off for the storyline as far as the road trip storyline. So look forward to my prediction videos. I have a few analyzation videos coming out. I'm working on them. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. If I missed anything, let me know. Hit that like and smash that subscribe button. Yo, bro, we are 10 subscribers away from 2K. Get me up there, man. Stop playing with me. Get me up there. Get me up to the top. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Hit that like, smash, subscribe button. I'm up out of here. Y'all be easy, y'all.